We all know that goal setting is incredibly important, but so many of us just don't know or forget the steps that you need to take to get to that point of being able to actually set goals and then actually make some actions that you're going to need to actually achieve the goals that you set in the first place. Grab yourself your sticky note, your pad, your whatever. The idea of sticky notes is quite simply that you're going to write down every single idea and task that you have in your head that you need to do right now and put it down on an individual sticky note. The next step is to grab your notebook, separate it into 4 quadrants. Now, these quadrants are titled differently, and what you're going to do is you're going to move your tasks based on what you've got out of your head during the brain dump into these different quadrants within this, the Eisenhower matrix. Some people might know this as a priority matrix. So very simply, this top quadrant is our urgent and important. So these are the tasks that are the non-negotiables. These are the things that if you don't do it, you might lose your job, you might lose another form of income. This is the stuff that is really important. The right-hand side, these things are important, but they're not really urgent. So they're things that you know you need to do, but they're not necessarily time-bound. There's something that you can do at any point. Need a bit of sense of urgency to them, but something that's not really going to matter if you do it today. Bottom left, we're looking at urgent, but not important. So look, these are probably the tasks that maybe your boss has given you. Maybe they're not important to you, but they're important to someone. And there is some level of urgency that you need to put into doing them. But perhaps it's something that you could look at maybe delegating to someone else, maybe setting a timeline in the future to get it done, but it's probably not as pressing as the top 2. And the last one, you can probably see where I'm going with this one, is not urgent and not important. These are the tasks and the goals that honestly, a lot of people really get themselves bogged down with. They're the things that you could spend a lot of time procrastinating about that realistically, at the end of the day, they don't really equate to much. These are the things that you should look to get rid of. The next step of this process is to actually use the matrix. So we've drawn it out now so we know where everything needs to go. But the next step is to actually use the sticky notes that you created during your brain dump and separate them into the different sort of categories. Just going to very quickly snap to that right now. And the last step is the action planning and goal setting phase. This is essentially where you're looking at the matrix that you've just created. You're pulling apart all of the urgent and important tasks that you've got down on the list, and you're really just making a plan. You're planning on what you need to do to actually achieve each of those items and how you're going to actually do it. These things don't need to be hard. You don't need a PhD to do this kind of shit. It is simply just getting this type of stuff out of your head and creating an action plan on how you're going to achieve things. That is the crux of it. That's where I'm going to leave it off. I hope you liked this video and you got something out of it. If you did, please feel free to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more of this kind of content in the future.